So my co-founders don't believe that I can make a full quiz-style funnel that could generate hundreds of thousands of dollars in revenue in under 60 minutes. I'm telling you, I could 100% build a full sales funnel in under 60 minutes.
Mitch, there's no way you could build a sales funnel under 60 minutes. Don't see it happening.
I'll tell you what, I will build the sales funnel under 60 minutes, and not only that, I reckon I could also get a lead as well.
Believe it when I see it.
So in this video, I'm going to be building a quiz-style funnel in under 60 minutes. And not only that, I'm actually going to try and generate our first lead from it to show you how easy it is. Before we begin, I'm just going to prove that it's actually going to take me under an hour. It's currently 3:02 here in the UK, and I actually have a sales call at 4 p.m. So I have 58 minutes to make this work, so I better get going. So the premise of the quiz-based funnel is very, very simple. What I'm going to be looking to do is essentially get some traffic over to a landing page, and then from there I'm then going to obviously try and get them to give me their contact information, and that is what I define as a lead. Lead in our eyes is anyone that gives us their contact information. The goal here is for me to create a landing page which also has something called a lead magnet. In this case, I'm going to be using an app called ScoreApp. If you haven't watched any of my other videos, then I'd go check them out first to really understand, the benefits of ScoreApp and the benefit of using quiz-based marketing. After I create that landing page and I create that lead magnet, my goal after that is then going to be to go and find some traffic. In an ideal world, I'd probably be running ads, I'd be running a content campaign, I'd really be building up for this, but I only have 57 minutes left. So what I'm actually going to do is probably use one of my previous YouTube videos. If you don't have any traffic coming in like that and you're looking for one lead, well, you can email it or text it to friends, to family members. You can put it on your Twitter, your Instagram. Someone will fill out their information if they're interested in what you are selling. What are we going to sell here? It's going to be very, very simple. So we're actually going to introduce a new waiting list for our done for you services. So if we just make like a little checklist going forward, obviously I've said that the traffic so far, which I'm going to go into, is YouTube videos. And then from that, the first thing to do is to go into ScoreApp, get started. I'm going to show you how easy it actually is to make one of these and to start getting leads pretty much immediately. So let's do it. So the first thing to do is obviously to come over to scoreapp.com. If you've never used these guys before, I'm going to leave a link in the description, which will give you 50% off your first month. I think they've also got a free trial going, so it'll be a good way for you to jump in and really have a go at building one of these for yourself. Obviously, we're then going to go to create scorecard, and they've got a load of different ways that you can build scorecards on ScoreApp. So they've got obviously starting from scratch, which is what when we build ours for customers, we obviously do it from scratch because it's, it's the best way and the most custom. We're not really building simple scorecards like I'm about to show you, but if you want to give it a go, it's really good fun. We obviously have templates, which is actually what I'm going to be using today. But the new thing they've got is using the AI setup wizard. And before you think that we're going to go out of business because people method it themselves, it's good for the simple stuff, but obviously nothing's going to beat the custom of having experts do it. For today, in the waitlist I'm about to build, picking a template is absolutely perfect. So I've clicked on the list of templates, and as you can see here, there are hundreds, if not thousands, for you to choose from. Thankfully, I'm trying to build a waitlist, which is one of the more simple ones. So I'm simply going to come in here and find the one that says waitlist. After that, I'm going to have a little scroll up and down to have something that looks like our colors, but there's nothing there that I really like. I actually like this one the most. So click on that. It's got 6 questions. Join the waitlist. This is a great example of how you can use a quiz as a waitlist and collect valuable data at the same time. This is perfect. I'm trying to collect valuable data from prospects who just want to join a waitlist. They get the benefit of the waitlist, I get the power of their data. But collecting that data is simply so I know what to sell them, when to sell them, and who to sell it to. So let's use this template. Your scorecard is being created. Very, very exciting. So once you're actually on the scorecard, they have a setup guide in here. So the first thing we're going to do is update the landing page. Let's go to the landing page. So first thing that we're going to do is actually update what this, information says. Like, this is great, but it has nothing about us. So if you give me a minute, I'm going to go away. I'm going to fill all of this stuff in. It's now 20 past, so I have 40 minutes left to kind of get this out. I wanted to make this as easy as possible. It's not perfect, but it's good enough for what I'm trying to get here. It's so easy with the app. I've added in all the stuff that I needed to. I've got a logo up there. I've got to join the waitlist. I've got something from our website. I've got the reason why they're filling it in. It's the fact that we're ready to take on new scorecard clients. Put everything in here regarding, what they're doing. The only thing I haven't then got is this thing on the right here. So I'm going to come here where it comes to free images. I'm going to search for something. I'm going to put in the word marketing and see what comes up there. Bang, photo of a whiteboard. I'm going to confirm that and it's ready to go. Simple as that. If I had more time, I'd have my own photo, but this is going to be fine for now. So that is step one, which is doing the landing page. And then we're going to move on to the next part, which is going to be the questions. So I'm back to the homepage now. As you can see here on the setup guide, 1 of 4 is complete. So the next thing to then do is to check the questions. I'm going to go to questions, and what it's going to do is going to give me a list of 6 questions that they've pre-populated. So for question 1 here, we have, what is your primary goal? So this is what they put in, and then they actually tell you what it is that, you know, what they think you should be putting in here. So I'm actually going to just change this bit out. I'm going to put, what is your primary goal with your marketing in 2026. So I'm going to come in here and I'm actually going to change some of the stuff already. So the first thing I'm going to change is launching a new product. The next one I'm going to put is, which is growing past 2025 figures. Are they trying to, you know, go past the figures that they did in 2025? The next one I'm going to be putting in is just generating more top of funnel leads. And then the last one I'm going to put, which is just going to be market education. Are they just trying to educate the market on a new product? They might not be ready to be selling to the masses yet. They're just trying to get market education out there. Then we're going to come on to question 2, which is, how did you hear about us? Social media, referral from a friend or colleague, search engine or other. I'm actually going to keep them as they are. On a scale of 1 to 10, how urgent is your need? That's a great question. So I'm just going to change this for quiz-based marketing. What they're then going to do is they're going to fill this in. So if they've got a product ready to go, they're going to be a 9 or a 10. If they've got something that's a little bit slower, you know, they've got something coming up, then it's going to be obviously, you know, less urgent. What that allows me to do in the sales call is, if I know it's really urgent, I can lean on that a little bit. If they've got a deadline coming up, they're going to have to use my services a lot quicker, which is obviously really, really important when you're trying to sell to them. When it comes to your budget, which price do you have in mind? So I'm going to come in here. What is your forecasted monthly marketing budget for 2026? This just gives me a nice insight into how much they've got. So I'll do like a 0 2,000, which would be, you know, someone we wouldn't work with if they had that as a monthly budget. I'm then going to have 2,000 to 5,000, which would be someone we'd probably take on, but you know, it depends on their circumstances. And then we're going to have a 5,000 to 10,000. This is where we want people, because that means they've got enough that it's going to be fun, but they've also, you know, they've got enough budget that if it doesn't work yet, it allows them time. They're not as desperate. And then the final one is going to be just 10,000 plus, which are always the most fun one. So if you're in that category and you want us to help, you know what to do. Final one, or would you like to see the angel investment protection for your business? That's obviously a question that's not relevant to us. I'm going to change this around. I'm going to change this to, have you experimented with quiz funnels before? Just gives me a little insight. And then it's just simple. Yes, easy as that. Final one, is there anything else you'd like us to know? I just keep that as it is. It'd be a real good way just to see if they've got any other information. They're going to come up here and click save. And then we're going to move on to the next stage. Questions are now done. You can see we've now done 2 out of the 4, so we've only got 2 left to do. So we're going to go to update your results. Now, this is actually after they've completed it. So sometimes when we build really complex scorecards, we could have multi-tiered, we could have, you know, single outcome, you're an introvert, you're an extrovert, or multi-tiered, like say, for example, it's like a running coach. You'd be like, yeah, your health's good, your sleep's not great, and your food's not great, like your nutrition's not great. And we can rank them out of 100, out of 10, out of 5, out of 3, whatever we're trying to do. In this case, it's really simple. They've just joined the waitlist. So we're not trying to really get anything, you know, too crazy in this. So we're just going to have a little look at what they've got here. Congratulations, you successfully joined the waitlist. We truly appreciate you taking the time. Blah, 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 blah. More there about okay, I'm just going to update this very, very quickly. Just changed a few words. I'm really, really happy with that. It's going to come down into this. And then obviously Daniel Priest, if you don't recognize him, he's got his video in there. So what I'm actually going to do with this one is plug one of my other YouTube videos. So they have somewhere else to go in the meantime. Once they've engaged with us, I kind of want to keep them warm and I want to keep them going. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to update this little section here, and then you'll see it once I've done it. I've updated, you know, a few things in here, and the main thing I've done is I've updated this little thing here. I put in a link to one of my other videos, where as they come through here, they can come in and, you know, click on the link, which is a great way to like move people around. Down here is really interesting. It's about adding like a book. So like, as I kind of always say, once they've given us their information, the next stage is just trying to fill them with as much proof as we possibly can. So if you have an ebook, if you've got more videos, if you've got a guide, if you've got like a community, it'd be a great place to plug it. Ours just isn't quite ready yet. So I'm just going to delete delete this section here just because I don't really think it's relevant right now. I'm going to remove that. But you know, if you wanted to add a section, for example, you just click this button and it's going to give you so many different ways of adding banners, calls to action, testimonials. Like maybe add a testimonial we can add in there. I'm going to add a testimonial. I'm going to show you how easy it is. So I'm going to come to testimonials, come in here, and then I'm going to go pull one from our website and I'm going to add it in here now. I've updated the testimonial, which is a 100% real one. It's on our website, and it's a good way to kind of get a little bit more proof. But I'm just showing you how easy that kind of is. So this is where your prospect's journey ends with you. Obviously, I'm trying to get them to YouTube video, but if not, I'm pretty happy with where they're going to go. I've got their information, I've got their email address, and then it's on the things we do next in order to get them across the line. So now I've got roughly 27 to try and get my first lead with this. So what I'm then going to do is just come back to the homepage one last time, come to ScoreApp home, and that's all done. And now it's time to promote and start getting leads. So obviously it's in draft mode, so I have no leads right now. I'm actually going to come down to settings. I'm going to come down to general. Now we have custom domain set up, but just for this, I'm going to put in scorecard waitlist leader. The name's going to be join the waitlist. I'm going to get rid of the ScoreApp logo because we pay for the service. We don't need it. Draft mode's then going to come off in a second. I'm going to save it right there and come back to home. I'm then going to click the publish button. So the scorecard is now nearly ready to go. There's only one more thing left to do. I'm going to come down to where it says lead form, and I need to see what information I need. So we have the first name, last name, and email. So this is information that we're collecting about the actual, like who we're speaking to, not the questions about the business. So I'm going to add just a couple lead form questions in. So we've got first name, last name, and email address. I just want to add in text that just says business name, like that. Required, yes. Save that. And then the only other thing that I then want is a phone number. So I'm going to put in phone number. They can collect their country, required, yes. And then bang, that's kind of all set in for them to then fill in the stuff. Click save, come back to ScoreApp home. This is all published, that would have saved. So I've got one last thing to do, which is to test it. So I click this button, it's going to ping it up, and there you go. Someone with the technology skills of myself has managed to build a waitlist, and let's test it out, see what happens. So I'm going to come down to join the waitlist, enter the information here. I'm going to test it with the classic John Smith. I'm going to do johnsmith@gmail.com, business name ABC Trading, and then I'm going to put a phone number of 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. So that's then going to come through. We have our first lead, and now we are through to our questions that we set up. So what is my primary goal? I'm just testing. So I'm launching a new product, which I technically am. Launching a new product, how to hear about us, social media. I am 9 out of 10 urgent to get this going. Also got a nice little progress bar down here so your prospects don't get bored. What is your forecast monthly marketing budget? 5,000. Have I experimented with quiz funnels? No, I haven't. I need help getting more leads. Click next. It's going to come through to the results page, and then as you can see, they'll scroll down here, see my video set up. They can request support from our support team. Anything that you kind of want to add in here, we can do, they can do. You then click play, and that all works, which is, really, really impressive. So now we've got to try and go out there and get some results. Now, when the leads actually come in, they'll come and sit in here. So if I refresh here, you can see John Smith came in. I can see all of the answers that this guy then had, which was obviously me testing. We then set this up into going to active campaign, go high level. You can set up like the tracking and the pixels and stuff. So like you can do it really, really well. I don't have time to do that right now. I've got 22 minutes. So I need to get this out on the YouTube video and see if I can get a lead in by the time the clock hits an hour. So yeah, I'm going to leave that here, and then I am going to go and post it on my YouTube channel, which I'm actually going to show you after I copy the link. So as you can see here, I've added it onto one of my previous YouTube videos. Want us to build your scorecard for you? We're nearly ready to take more clients on. Click the link here to join the waitlist. I'm then going to click save. That is going to update, and I will hopefully be back with a lead in the next 20 minutes. But if not, I've shown you how to, in 40 minutes, so 20 minutes less than I thought it would take me, build a waitlist and build a quiz-based funnel that you could use today. If you do have a go at it, let me know in the comments how you got on with it. And if you need any support or anything like that, just drop me a message, and I'm sure that me or one of the guys will be able to reach out and help you. It's been a little bit of time now. I actually failed in my mission to get a lead within 60 minutes, but I just had an email to say that we had a lead in, which was great. I actually thought I did it, but we had Neil test out the funnel. We did have a lead that came, but if I can come in here, I can see, the goals and the things that he's set and the answers that he's had, and about what his goals are for marketing how he heard about us and everything from that. So guys, we did actually manage to do it. We managed to get a lead and we managed to build something in under 40 minutes, which is great. So if you guys want to give this a go for yourself, you know, the links are in the bio below. Now, if you want to understand how these funnels work so well and the psychology behind it, then click here to watch one of my latest videos on it. It's a full breakdown, start to finish, of what I've just built, so you can effectively apply this to your business and build one of your own. See you over there.